Je m'appelle Susanna CHIU. J'aime beaucoup Paris et China Connect. Je suis très contente d'être ici parmi vous. On va commencer. Sorry, my French stopped here. That's all I have. But I did learn French when I was young, because I want to come to Paris, which is true. And that was my first foreign language, apart from English, that I learned, because I love Paris. And I'm really happy to be here. So thank you to the organizer. And I think also thanks to let me have 15 minutes to talk to you about the FUNG group, Li and FUNG, and supply chain, because I think it's very important for you to understand the background and also what we are doing before with the panel, because then you have the perspective. So this talk is normally 1 hour, but I'll speed it up because everything about speed. So I'll try my best, and some of them I just have to browse through. So how do I get this? Oh, this one is it? Okay. Now this one I won't talk about it because we are the leading global supply chain, and we are 112 years. So if you can't remember anything, remember we are long established, and now we are a global supply chain, and we're listed in Hong Kong in the main group, globally office. And we have logistics, trading, logistics, distribution, and retailing. In fact, a number of you here sitting are our clients as well, because we do sourcing for brands. We have over 8,000 customers in brands and other categories. And also we do logistics, so a lot of you will be our customers. And we have global network around. We also have Sonia Raquel is also one of our group's brand. We invested in there. And these are the major categories, all soft goods, hard goods, health and beauty, and all the networks. Now, this one I think is worth remembering because this is the supply chain we're talking, because I know the whole day we're talking about consumer brand. In fact, if we really have to innovative about and move to the future, we have to look at the entire ecosystem, not just the front. So the brand has to back up by all the things behind it. So we start from needs, which is the consumer needs, and then we go to design, development, vendor compliance, sourcing, and then the manufacturing control, logistics, wholesale, retailer, and go back to the consumer. So consumer is the target. We have this supply chain many years ago, and still consumer is #1. So how do we fulfill these needs? And that's why I won't be talking a lot, because it's a global, so we get. So these are some of our customers, but I am not going to show it. Yeah, I'm sure that you're one of them as well. Okay, yeah. And so we are very low profile. In fact, even nowadays in China and everywhere, when we say Li and Fung, not a lot of people know about us because we're the engine behind the brand. It's fine, because our chairman say, we're serving the brands. It's really up to the brand whether they want to tell or not, so it doesn't matter. So we are actually a big service. Now these are some of the brands we own. Shuruti 8081, 181, Ken and Curvin, Chips and Hawks. We own the brand globally. And also, these are some brands, some of you in Asia, you will see it, Circle K, the convenience store, Toys R Us, and also Stride Ride, etc. Okay, so these are, that should be a digital video. I don't know why it's not here. Have I not put in here? Oh, okay. Never mind. Now this one I don't know because of the timing. Maybe afterwards during the panel I can show the digital excellence, because I really want to show you that one particular video, it may not be here, is about how do we reinvent the entire digital supply chain. Because if you look at the entire supply chain, traditionally the supply chain takes a long time. As you know, you're sitting here as brands. Traditionally it takes 9 months for one season. And you do sampling, design, then you look at it, and then you come out, fall, winter, spring, summer. But nowadays, there's a lot of, that because of the speed to market, the 9 months is too long. Actually, it's too long. I know some brands are still doing that, but a lot of brands, or like the young brands or private labels in China, in fact, turning around quite quickly. So to turn around that quickly, we do need a lot of technology to make it smartly. So the smart supply chain is a very important part to the future of on the retail market, because we do need to back up with all the technology. So afterwards, when we have some chance, I'll get out to show you. Yeah, and these are some of the China market trend. I probably won't go through in detail because you already hear a lot, and a lot of you are already very aware of what China is. And this thing is interesting because if you look at we talk about omni-channel O2O. the store base and non-store base, and you can see actually, it's actually increasing the non-store base, and the store base are on the reducing. So the omni-channel, they are actually adjusting itself. And these are some of the retail highlights. So you're now talking about a very multi-channels and people really about where consumers' preference are, not where the channel is. Actually, so you have multi-channels of a brand serving the consumer. And again, these are some of the top highlights of some of the channels as well. Yeah. Okay, that's China, some of the retail. Because of time, I wouldn't go through in detail. This one, I don't think I need to elaborate because you all know about the important part of this generation Z, the YZ, millenniums, etc., and then how their lifestyle, and then prefer for uniqueness, no brand loyalty, and then really key is experience. And this one, I think, is about some of the trend that previously we are sourcing Asia and selling to the OECD country. Now we're talking about a global supply chain. I think it's also important. China previously was an export market. Now it's going into an import as well. So it's very fluid. Now this is a very interesting era. Everything is very fluid, not just one way, but it's, it's both way, dynamic, interactive. And obviously, just you also previously mentioned about rising in middle class in China, and also with Internet Plus era, mobile e-commerce, all these are the trends. And then Belt and Road is very important. The other one I want to highlight is the private labels for China. It's increasingly very important. So producing private label for China, just now some of the guests already talked about using KOL, but actually there are also many other private labels coming out from local, more local shops and local brands. Oh, this is the video. Okay. Now this one I want to show you. Oh. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah. Digital, is it digital? No, not this one. Just now in my, no, just in my slide. Sorry, see, it's technology. In my slide, go back to my slide. Yeah, this is the one. I want to show the video here. It's no video? No. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, afterwards, when we have the panel, if Normandy can give me some time, because I thought it's a very important 2-minute video. Now, then I wanted to show you, but it's a pity that video is not up here, because I want to show you this about the one of the initiative. And a lot of people, I think this is like a experimental ground. I'm sure that all of you, you have either brands or even shopping mall or even retailer. Sometimes you may have many good ideas, but you say, how am I going to implement this good idea? That's the key. If you say, if somebody have come up with something, if you put it in the your shop, your retail shop, you may say, does it work? What happened if it failed? What happened if we give a negative experience to the consumer? So because you never know whether this experiment work or not. So back in 2015, in Shanghai, we have this really huge, about 240,000 square foot. We built a Exporium. We call it Exporium. It is a 2-story, and we decorate into like a shopping mall retail area with all our brands and our customers' brands. And then people are going in, and then we work with IBM. That was back in 2015. And then they are all using, when they walk around, there's a little video afterwards to show you that when they walk around, you track the movement, and then using big data analysis. And the more important is, whatever you think, your idea, you can put into the Exporium and experiment with it. So I hope that I'll have a video. I hope that video work. That's where, just now I think there's a speaker this morning talk about using kids. Kids, because bring 6 adults, so that's why we do it. Now I think I'll show you quickly the video. I hope this works. Does this work? No, it can't be. We have all the videos here.
It's a picture too.
No, it's working.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Normandy, I have to really show them. If you don't mind, afterwards in the panel, I show you, because there is a video when I try it out. So, okay, then I have to using this remaining 5 minutes, I have to carry on to share for the Exploring 1.0, what we're doing as well, because I just now mentioned, we're doing experiment and doing big data AI, because your idea is very important to experiment before you launch. So we work with a number of brands, and it's very successful. And then now, back in this year onwards, in 2017 onwards, we are trying to attract technology. So working with incubators. And all the many different incubators we are working with to bring in startups into the Shanghai Exporium. So I think it's a very exciting space, because because then the startup are able to interact with the business environment to see whether technology work or not. And we bring them in, we actually create the ecosystem, we have 6 months curriculum for them, and for them to interact with the supply chain. And I think this is like a really important place to come through. And because now I think the incubator, going forward, it has to be a smart retail. We're talking about a new retail era. So for the smart retail era, we have to use another technology to back up. So instead of everything we invented ourselves, nowadays we're talking about leveraging collaboration. So we're working with many different startups. And for them, they also need a real ground to test out the technology. And that's the objective of Exploring 2.0. And because of the timing, I probably won't be boring you with the details, but I think there's a few videos I want to show you, because I think the picture tells 1,000 words. When you see the video, you understand it much better. So you're welcome to have a scan this for Exporium, then you can understand what we do. And also, I'll be obviously welcome you when you come to Shanghai. Text me and give me a ring, and then I'll welcome you to visit our Exporium and then see how you can collaborate with us, because it's a very exciting moment. We've just signed a MOU with agreement with JD.com as well to do the AI technology, because it is also important because why, okay, so why you say choose Li & Fung? Because Li & Fung work with multi-brands, and also we are looking at the entire supply chain. So it's not just the retail front end, but it's also about the retail back end, and also how they produce the good creatively and design. So maybe I'll leave a bit more time for the panel and then can show the video. Thank you.